Hello and welcome, my giraffe hippo hybrids. How you doing today? It's Chris, and today we have to answer a question. Can you INFINI-STALL? What do I mean by INFINI-STALL? Well, back in Bloons TD Battles days, what you could do is you could use an ice tower and you could basically stall forever. They eventually patched that to make it so you couldn't ice stall and make games that should be lasting 5 to 10 minutes last over an hour. But the question is, can we do it somehow in Bloons Tower Defense 6 to give ourselves some sort of advantage, to make ourselves do better in the long run? And that's the question that I'm hoping that I can answer for you guys by the end of today's video. So starting off, I just wanted to show you guys that we are going to be farming hardcore. Like every single dollar that we got, man, is going to go into farms. Of course, we couldn't always do this in a regular game on hard or chimps mode or something like that. In fact, you can't even farm on chimps mode. But on impoppable or something like that, can you do some sort of INFINI-STALL that will allow you to get more and more and more money? So what I wanted to do is I just kind of wanted to see how much money it would take to even sort of INFINI-STALL. So the first thing that came to mind right here was using the glue gunner. On top of some towers that are going to give us a bunch of extra money just by using their abilities, the new 0-4 Druid ability. Basically, the more banana farms you have near them, the more money you're going to make from your Druids. So what I did was I needed a lot of freaking money over here. I ended up rebuying some 0-0 banana farms because it doesn't matter what level the banana farms are. As long as they are banana farm, the Druids are going to make some monies up in here. So this is my setup for my quote-unquote INFINI-STALL. And what we're going to do is we're going to get a bunch of Druids up to 0-4 right now. You can see I'm only able to afford 2 at this point in the game. And you can see what we're doing is we are gluing the Moabs with our 0-0-5 glue gunner. My problem is that my Druids are actually popping the Moab right now. So I'm like, oh my god, dude, what am I doing? I'm like, I'm hurting this guy too much. I couldn't figure it out for a second. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, I'm an idiot. The Druid is killing the Moabs. So what I'm going to do here, oh crap, I messed that up, man. I didn't mean to get that 4th tier. I meant to get a 4th tier middle path. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these Druids, and we're going to see how long can we actually, quote-unquote, INFINI-STALL this Moab. Can we stall forever? So, I'm like, oh, okay, I finally get it. The Druids are freaking hurting this Moab right here. Now, check this out, man. This is really interesting. This Moab is getting stunned for a long time. But is it an INFINI-STALL? Tis not. Tis not an INFINI-STALL, and let me explain why. First of all, as you can tell, the abilities are coming back. The Druids are able to make a lot of extra money over here, and with my extra money, I'm buying more Druids, and I'm able to buy more abilities to get more money, to get more stuff. But eventually, excuse me, eventually, the abilities stop working. They just don't let you use them anymore. Now, on top of this, if you actually look at my glue gunner, I'm actually speeding this up 4 times at this point, by the way, guys. At this point, if you actually look at the glue gunner, you do notice that his pop count is going up when he's hitting these Moabs. So that means that he is actually damaging the Moabs, and eventually, the Moab will end up dying, but the amount of ridiculous time that it allows us to just farm like crazy and do these crazy things, it gives us tons and tons of extra money. I think the main issue with this INFINI-STALL is that it requires getting a glue gunner, which costs upwards of $35,000 on easy, let alone on medium and hard and impoppable. It would be almost impossible to afford this guy in any real game where you're like, I'm struggling to beat it, let's somehow get this glue gunner over here. So the next question we have is, can we somehow end up another thing is, can we get any extra money beyond just the Druids? Are there any other abilities that can give us money? Well, yeah, there's actually a ton of them. I mean, there's the Sniper, there's the, obviously the Druids, there's the Bank over here, there's the Heli Pilots. You can get those guys up, get extra lives and extra money. There's a ton of different ways, but they're all going to work fairly the same way, and the Druids for me are making me the most money, or the most bang for my buck out of my towers right now. So, now the next question is without using the glue gunner, can we do it with some sort of cheaper tower? Maybe a 3rd tier heli pilot or something like that. Can we do some sort of INFINI-STALL for this thing? And I tried a little bit, you know, with the Moab class balloons and everything, but it's not even remotely close to an INFINI-STALL. This guy pops the Moabs too quickly. He does end up allowing you to use multiple abilities. If you use this on round 40, if you use this on round 50 maybe, you can stall the Moab for a pretty long time, but is nowhere near as much popping power as the Glue Gunner. Let me go back to the Glue Gunner for just a second here, because this is really important for me. The amount of popping power that we get out of the Glue Gunner is, I think, half a pop per shot. So it takes us 400 shots to pop a Moab. That is absolutely ridiculous. So my next thought was, well, what if we could somehow make this so we could INFINI-STALL the Druids, maybe with the heli pilots, just shoot them backwards and just keep them forever without actually popping them. It didn't work at all. The Moabs, first of all, I messed up, and I realized that my heli pilots weren't doing anything because I didn't have camo detection on them. So I decided to go and build a couple monkey villages over here. Now, obviously, I have way more than a freaking enough money at this point, man. I haven't even been trying to use the Druids all that much for half the game, and we're already up to over almost $1 million over here. So now I got my cam detection. We gotta wait until round 95 before I can actually, or 93 and then 95. Those are the Druids level, or not the DDT levels. Round 90, round 93, round 95. I think round 98 and 99 both have DDTs on them. So, can we do it with BFBs? Can we do it with Moabs? Well, no matter what, he's gonna end up popping blue. So I was like, okay, let me take a step back here. Let me try using some abilities in combination with all of these other towers. Maybe I can slow them down with the ninjas, freeze them with the ice towers, and then move them backwards with the heli pallets. And if I combine all those abilities together somehow, maybe we can do some sort of weird INFINI-STALL against a DDT, and allow us to do some stuff. And in the end, oh man, we couldn't do it. I'm trying my absolute best over here, and it's just not happening. So, while the Glue Gunner does allow you to get a crap ton of money, it's still not an INFINI-STALL, but it's the closest thing that you're probably going to get. I do want to show you guys, though, I used my ninjas, I used a bunch of ice towers, I used a bunch of other towers over here to kind of try and keep them at bay, but this is basically just proving my point rather than showing you anything new that you don't know yet. So if you don't want to watch the rest of the video, I completely understand. But for today's purposes, I've got to prove it to you guys. I will say, though, that the way to make the most money is definitely those Druids. In fact, I could really see myself making probably $5–10 million if I used the Glue Gunner Druid combo in an efficient way in a game pretty easily. I don't see why not. I mean, especially if I do it on like a really nice map with a lot of open space or something like that. Spam the banana farms, spam the Druids, a nice little cluster somewhere, and just own the frickin' money right there, dude. In fact, I'm kind of excited to go for some sort of most money ever in a single game run-through or something like that. I think that would be a fun little challenge for myself to see how much I could actually get. Let me know if you guys want to see something like that. I would love to do it. It's going to take a long time to do, but I'm sort of excited. So here we go. It's DDT time, baby. You can see the heli pilots are slowing them down, but they do not stop them. So I'm like, oh crap, my sun guys are actually reaching over and killing all these DDTs. That's sort of sad. So I'm even using the ninja's abilities and everything over here. You can see it's really not doing anything special, though. It's slowing down everything, but the heli pilots don't really seem to combine very well with the ninja slowdown on these DDTs for some reason. I don't really know why, but it does. So we're rebuilding our sun gods. We still got one more round to check out here, guys. That's round 95. And now if you look, we are slowing down a lot of these balloons, and it does allow us to get more time to use our abilities and more time to get money, but it's still not infinite. Now I know what you guys are thinking. Well, what about the ice towers and stuff like that? Like, can't they somehow just freeze things forever? Well, the main problem is in the other games, in Bloons Tower Defense 4, 5, and battles and everything, the ice tower as a 0/0 tower did not do any damage. But now, ooh, baby! The 0/0 ice tower by itself already does a popping power. So even if you sent out ceramics or whatever, and you even gave him under a 0/3 monkey village or something like that, eventually he would pop through every balloon. And even then, like, the amount of time that it takes for him to actually pop through those guys, and the amount of ice towers that you have to spam just to try to do that, it just doesn't work out. So the ice tower basically just throw him off the freaking board over here. He just does not work. So here's round 95 again. Now we've got basically all of the slowdown abilities almost under the belt that doesn't hurt things. We've got the ice towers, the ninjas. Maybe there's another way that you guys can think of it somewhere. But I think these are the only ways that you can actually slow things down or keep things busy while not hurting the towers themselves. I was hoping that I could somehow stall these DDTs forever. You're thinking, oh crap, Chris, you found a way! You can stall with the DDTs with that 0-5 ice tower. Indubitably, you kind of can. The problem is, as you guys probably expected, you can't build more than one 5th tier ice tower. And even if you sell and rebuy, you can't end up getting it fast enough. The ability won't end up coming back. You know, it takes time to come back over here. So there we go. You can see the ridiculous amount of slowdown that we can get on these guys. These are ninjas. These are ice towers. This is everything kind of working together over here. Obviously, pretty reasonably effective over here. But it is still not an INFINI-STALL. Now look at the slowdown though. This is at regular speed, by the way. If you look at my destroyer attacking, I mean maybe a little bit of lag up in here. This is at regular speed. This is my iPad running at its full potential right now. We've got the ice towers and everything kind of working together. If you combine this with the glue gunner, still surprisingly doesn't do his magic as wonderful as you might hope he would. You know, he's still working, he's still doing his job over here, slowing things down, but it's still not perfect. So you can see how long we made round 95, one of the fastest balloons in the game, getting slowed down this ridiculously much. But again, it's still not an INFINI-STALL. So that's all I'm gonna have for you guys today. Basically, in the end, what does this mean? It means that there's no way that we can somehow just magically figure out a way that we can stall the balloons forever to make infinite money. Infinite money is not possible, but a lot of extra money is 100% possible. So if we're playing a game on Unpoppable or something like that and we get to round 80 but we can't get to round 100, this might be a way that we spend our money in an effective and efficient way to get further in the game by the time we get to round 100. Sadly, won't work on Chimps mode because we can't make extra money on Chimps mode, but this is awesome for Unpoppable or some of those other hard game modes that we might have trouble with. Also, might be a way to do things on special missions and random missions and stuff like that that might come out later in the game. So that's all I got for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you press the like button. Let me know if you want to make that other fun video for you again. I'll try and work on that one. And of course, have a super duper delicious day.